welcome back to the Voice of Verve. This is the show where we highlight the stories, talents, and the creativity of our students happening all around the school. I'm your host, Finley Evans, and I am staff writer and podcast manager on the Verve, and today we have an awesome episode lined up. Not just one feature, but two segments today, both from this week's paper, and we're diving into everything from voice acting to men's fashion, and we have special guests joining us today, so I'm super excited to jump in. For the first segment, we're going to be looking at the article all about men's fashion trends. Our school has no shortage of style, and today we're talking with someone who knows that world well, Luke Kovac. From men's staple pieces to what's trending, we're going to be breaking it all down, so let's get into the first segment.
Welcome back to another Verve podcast episode. I'm Judah McClard. I'm the broadcast editor here, and today we're going to be interviewing Luke Kovac.
What's up, guys?
So Luke, we're going to be asking you some questions about just kind of men's fashion. You know, we've already talked about this a little bit in the newspaper, but I just kind of want to get a little bit more deeper into that. So if you're ready for the questions, we can go ahead and start with that.
I'm ready.
All right. So first question I got for you here is, what is the most overrated men's fashion trend right now?
The most overrated? I think the most popular thing that I see right now that I don't really understand why is, have you seen those like Asics, like shiny, super old looking shoes?
Oh, yeah.
I just don't see what the purpose of those is. Like, kind of the New Balance started it, and it was like, oh, it's okay. And then now it just looks like your dad in the 1850s walking around. I get it's comfortable, but it's just kind of confusing to me. And then another thing that is super overrated is probably like those really, really baggy jeans. Like, I know there's a certain length of baggy. Like, whenever I'm going like out, like in public or something, into the mall, and I see like these people wearing like 3 sizes too large jeans, and it's like sagging and falling off. I'm like, what are we doing? That can't be comfortable.
I completely agree with that, man. It's like, looks like they're wearing trash bags on their legs.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's your style, but it's just a little bit extra for me.
Alright, and then next question I got for you here is, what outfit have you regretted wearing the most?
What outfit? I mean, if I look back, I mean, it's probably my whole childhood, to be honest. I mean, but I think that's how your childhood should be. Like, just wearing whatever you want, don't really care, just having fun. I mean, everybody kind of wears almost random colors, random athletic shorts with the most random stuff. But I feel like that's what makes childhood great. But the most recently, I can think of like maybe like 7th or 8th grade, where I guess we're like champion sweatsuits with like a backwards hat that doesn't fit. It's just like I see everybody else doing these things, like, oh, that must be cool, or just try to fit in a little bit. But like, that's when I was trying to figure out what I liked. But it's just embarrassing to look back on now with the stuff I wore.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So what shop do you go to the most for your clothes?
It depends on like what occasion we're talking about, because when I think a lot of my clothes are like workout clothes, like athletic. So I'll either go to like the Nike outlet store, or I'll find some at TJ Maxx, surprisingly, for like $15, because I'm not trying to spend $100 on like these fancy shirts. But whenever I try to find like casual clothes, I always lean towards kind of like the basics, like American Eagle, sometimes like Aeropostale, where it just kind of has like cool basic men's fashion stuff that's comfortable and pretty affordable sometimes. If you go to the outlet mall, there's sometimes like a buy one get one free thing, so you save like $60 on a shirt. So that's what I usually do.
Kind of to add on to that, how often do you think you go to the store to buy more clothes?
Probably not as often as I need to, because you probably know too, we're growing a lot. So I constantly need clothes. My younger brother Aaron, he's constantly getting clothes out of my drawers and dressers. So I probably need to get clothes more often than I do, because I kind of just cycle back to the stuff I like. But probably like maybe when I actually go shopping, I think once every like 2 months, 3 months maybe. But I kind of just get stuff when I need it. Let's say if I grow out of shirts or something, I always just go and get it. I don't ever have like a dedicated like shopping day. I just kind of go when I need stuff.
All right, that's some good stuff. And then, what do you think about thrifting? Are you a big thrifter?
See, I would be a big thrifter, but our Goodwill sucks. Like, everything at our Goodwill is just terrible. I mean, the coolest stuff I found at Goodwill is maybe some cool Nerf guns, and then like a $3, $100 basketball that I got hyped about that I'm never going to use. But like if I go to Goodwill, my sister will be in there for like 30 minutes, and I'll look for the guy section in 2 seconds and be like, there's nothing here. But I've seen all these videos online of people finding like these amazing like finds at Goodwill, but whenever I go, it's just like there's nothing. So I've kind of given up on thrifting, but TJ Maxx is my new thrifting, quote unquote. But because TJ Maxx, everything's like 70% off the original price. I mean, yeah, it's used like a little bit, but I find it worth it.
I completely agree with that. I feel like thrifting is so hit or miss. It's like either there's nothing or you find the best find.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about wearing pre-used clothes. You can always wash it, as long as it's not like undergarments or something. I'm not wearing that. I'm not touching that. But when it comes to his basic shirts, I usually just do that because like it's hard to find pants with my like long lanky legs that fit, because I have like a small waist, long legs, so you can't find like a 31, 34 legs in Goodwill. So I always just look for shirts and there's nothing there. That's it.
Yeah. Alright, and then for the final question here, we got, what's one fashion style for guys that you would like to erase completely?
I don't want to hate on anybody, but like, you know, like that UK streetwear?
Oh,
like all the Nike Tech stuff? I mean, yeah, if you're wearing Nike Tech to like a track meet, or you're wearing the basketball game, like you're trying to warm up and stuff. But I feel like athletic clothes should just not be worn like that, just casually. Just like Nike Techs, Air Forces, like not a do-rag, but like a shiesty or something.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, they try to look tough. It's just so like not humiliating. It's just like, what are we doing? Like a grown man dressing up like they're like 12 years old.
Yeah.
I think it's funny, but I mean, I think might be a little jealous because I don't have a Nike Tech, because I don't really want to spend $100 on a jumpsuit. But yeah, I think it's kind of funny looking sometimes.
Thank you for the interview, Luke.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure being here.
That was such a fun conversation to listen to. Thank you so much, Luke, for sharing your perspective on fashion. But we're not done yet. Our next article spotlights a talent you might not expect to find at our school, voice acting. And one of our very own students has been building a real experience in this. So let's head into our next segment for more. In this story, we will turn into the world of voice acting, an industry full of creativity, characters, and storytelling. One of our students has actually been voice acting outside of school, and today we get to chat with them. Let's talk about how it all got started and what it's really like.
Hey everybody, this is the next segment of the episode. My name is Ben Soucy. I'm a staff writer for The Verve, and this is my guest, Josh Wilch. Josh, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Josh. It's great to be here. I'm a 12th grade senior on Monday, Wednesday.
We're doing an article on you, written by Emma Scrivener, on your voice acting.
Yes, sir.
Starting voice acting. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, so I'm a bit of an amateur at it, but for a couple months now I've been getting into it, and I've just been going at it, I guess.
So you started getting voice acting roles on a website. What was that website called again?
It's called Casting Call Club.
Casting Call Club. Okay. So how does that process work? How do you audition for things, and how do they get back to you on that?
So basically, Casting Call Club is this big old website full of many different projects that you can work on. It can be with voice acting, it can be with actual acting, writing, scripting. I personally am more of a voice actor, so I focus on that aspect. So you have the projects and all the lists. If you see something that interests you, you can go into it and you can audition for the specific character. And then if the person who's the host of the project likes your voice, then basically they message you, and then you're selected for the role, and then later on you submit your lines to them.
That's awesome. So what kind of roles interest you?
Kind of a bit of everything. I've mostly done background characters, but I've recently been getting into some lead roles for a couple of projects, or not lead roles, but pretty major characters in a couple of things, I guess. So I like indie projects mostly, or I just like doing the voices, and I don't like doing the boring things. Well, I mean,
fair enough. What voices do you do? What characters?
I like to do southern drawls because I'm really good at that. I do it with my dad all the time. You gotta talk big and boisterous whenever you do them.
What are some of the projects that you've done, and where can we find those projects?
Right. So mostly all the projects get posted on YouTube, and that way people can all watch them and stuff. So a couple of projects I've been into is fan dubs for comics and stuff like that. I've been a member of kind of historical audio dramas almost.
Okay, those are cool.
Let me think here. There was one role I had where I was part of a minor video game, which was kind of cool at one point.
All right. What was that called?
It was called McDouglas Family Manor. It's in production right now. It's a bit of a minor game, but it is an indie game, so
Cool.
yeah.
This is a pretty awesome thing.
Yeah.
Not many people do voice acting. How did you come to start doing this?
So this was a while back. So for a while, people say that I have a very expressive voice and that I like to, articulate myself in like a kind of like an emotional way, I guess.
Yeah.
And so a couple of my friends were like, "Hey, you should get into voice acting." And I didn't know how to start with it. So I brought it up to a couple of my other friends who were online friends. Well, I knew them in person, but they were online. And they basically told me, "Hey, you should look up this one website called Casting Call Club. It's a pretty cool website, and you might be able to get a role in there if you really tried to." So I gave it a shot one day, and then, what do you know, I got selected for a couple of roles.
Nice. Who are some voice actors who inspire you? Like who do you look at and you're like, I really like the way he does that?
Oh, definitely. What's his name? Michael Kovac.
Michael Kovac. Yeah.
He also works in indie projects, but the vocal range on that guy is insane, and I would say I'm definitely inspired by him. Like, he's just a fun guy, seems like, and I don't know, I guess I personally relate to him in a way.
Yeah. What projects has he worked on? Do you know?
So let's see. So there's one studio called Glitch Productions, and he's worked on one place called Murder Drones. There's a really popular YouTube series called Amazing Digital Circus. He's worked on that.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Where do you intend to go with this? Do you want to do this as a career? Do you want to, just do it for fun, or like where do you see yourself going in this?
So right now, obviously, it's kind of more of a hobby right now. I just do it to pass the time, but it is fun for me, and I do enjoy doing it. If it gets to a point to where, it is a viable means as, making money, I would definitely pursue it.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's mostly just a hobby, but I'm open to whatever happens in the future,
That's fair, yeah. So like you just put it in God's hands right now, or
yeah, basically just putting it together.
That's fair. You are a senior.
Yes, sir.
Where do you plan on? What do you plan on doing? After high school?
Well, after high school, I'm probably just gonna go straight to college. I'm going for civil engineering, so it's a bit of a rigorous course, but I like the challenge with it. So after college, then I guess just go into a firm and start working, I guess.
Awesome. Well, I hope that we will, see more of you. I hope that you get success in some of those roles. You land some cool ones, and you're able to do what you love, And thank you for having this interview with us.
Well, thanks for inviting me. It was an honor to be here.
Wow, that was such a cool look into the process of bringing characters to life. Thank you so much to Josh, our guest, for sharing your experience with us. And that wraps up today's episode of The Voice of Verve. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting the stories created by our students. We hope that you enjoyed learning something new today, whether it was about fashion, voice acting, or the talents right here in our community. Until next time, this is The Voice of Verve. See you guys next time.